All right, so you're just logging into Guild Wars 2 and you have gotten a bunch of notices that it is Winter's Day. If you're a new player, you can kind of feel overwhelmed with all the festival chaos. And I kind of want to showcase everything that is available in this event in kind of an orderly fashion. I'm going to show you exactly where to go and what to do to make the most of your very first Guild Wars 2 holiday. So let's go ahead and dive in. First off, let's get you there. As a new player, you should have gotten a letter in your mail from the toy maker Tixx, which can teleport you right to Divinity's Reach. If you misplaced it or lost it, that's really no sweat. This is in the human capital city, which you can teleport directly outside of at the Queensdale starting zone, and then just head north and you'll run straight into it. But there's also portals in Lion's Arch and all the other major cities in Tyria. Once you get here, your main hub for basically everything for this event is the Crown Pavilion waypoint, which is way on the western side of the city. Nearly every activity, vendor, and portal is like right there, so you can't miss it. Now, before I go over all the different activities, let's go ahead and talk about the main rewards, we'll say. The two main currencies that are available for Winter's Day is the Winter's Day gifts, of course, and Karma. Winter's Day gifts are the most common, dropping from pretty much every activity that you do, and you can open them up for like festival goodies and of course shots at rare and valuable items. Or honestly, you could just sell them to the trading post. I know quite a few people who just do that. The other big reward from this event is Karma, and Winter's Day is kind of famous of being one of the best times of the year to farm Karma. And I'll cover the method that you can do this later, which honestly, it is pretty good if done correctly. Before we jump any further, you should always check out the achievements available for this event. So under the Festivals tab, under your Achievement tab, you can find all the Winter's Day dailies, weeklies, and the annual achievements. Think of this as kind of like your roadmap and your checkboxes that you're going to want to hit as you're going through the content, because it gives you a whole bunch of Winter's Day gifts as you complete the achievements, and then the annual achievements will even give you some exclusive free skins, so that's pretty cool. Now for the fun part. The first one, and I do this because I love you guys, is I recommend going to the Winter Wonderland jumping puzzle. You speak to the festival youth here at the Crown Pavilion to go ahead and get in, and this is one of the most famous and rewarding parts of the festival. And I say it's rewarding because you feel like you earned something. It's basically an icy giant jumping puzzle challenge. As a new player, there are 3 difficulty options, and I strongly recommend starting out with the easy Quaggan path that's just off to the right, but you can do the other ones, of course. Your goal is really to leap from snowflake to snowflake, dodging the exploding presents and jumping all over the icy platforms to reach the end. And honestly, don't worry if you fall, you get sent right back to where you were starting at instantly. It's no big deal. This jumping puzzle is fantastic for a number of reasons. One, it's kind of like an introduction, like a first step into how crazy the festival is. And then the second is completing it will earn you a bunch of rewards, like piles of Winter's Day gifts, really. And of course, if you get really good at it, it is one of the fastest ways to farm gifts. I've heard some dedicated players getting a few hundred gifts per hour. And of course, that mileage may vary if you are good or bad at jumping puzzles. So even if you're slow, it's basically a guaranteed reward every single time you finished. Now, if you want something that's a little more relaxing, I don't find this relaxing, but it can be, I guess, is if you're a fan of like rhythm games, you can try out the Bell Choir. You enter this by speaking to the Bell Maestro, who's hanging out near the Royal Terrace, and think of this as like Guild Wars 2's version of Guitar Hero. You'll join with a group of other players and perform classic holiday songs. Notes fall down the screen, and it's your job to hit the right key at the right time. It's a cooperative and low pressure activity. I don't find it low pressure because I am terrible at it for whatever reason. And it kind of makes for a good change of pace from all the other events that are here. You'll earn Karma and Winter's Day gifts for each song that you complete. So it's an easy way to just kind of like AFK. All right, if you're feeling a little bit more like competitive, then you should check out the Snowball Mayhem. You can join by chatting with the festive lion guard near the Royal Terrace. This activity is basically capture the flag, but instead of like swords and spells and stuff, you're just throwing snowballs at people. You pick one of 3 roles, the heavy gunner, the scout, or the support, and your team's goal is to rush to the center of the map, grab the present, and haul it back to your base, all while fending off the other team with your snowballs. Now, don't be intimidated if you're new to PvP. The Snowball Mayhem is like really casual and it's just for fun. And best of all, you get rewards whether you win or lose, so it's like no pressure. It's a great introduction to the player versus player mechanics, honestly, and it's kind of like lighthearted, so not a bad thing. For those who enjoy a bit of like strategy and some teamwork, the Toypocalypse is an absolute must play. You find the Toy Captain just south of the Crown Pavilion to enter this one, and it's a tower defense style minigame where you team up to defend gift-bearing Doliacs who are being attacked by haywire toys. When you start, you grab a weapon. The club is great for smashing things, so you go ahead and break apart pieces in the environment to gather scrap and snow. And then you can use the scrap to build defensive catapults and turrets, and the snow to build walls to slow the toys down. This activity is excellent for racking up some progress on the achievements, and it can be a bit chaotic at times. Another fantastic group activity is Tixx Infiniarium. You can enter this by going through the giant candy cane swirled portal. This is a special 5-player dungeon where you help toy maker Tixx get his workshop back in order. It's fun, and it's a co-op experience, and of course you can get some achievements, some Wintersday gifts, and other loot, so yeah, why not? Now I do want to talk about the single most profitable daily activity for Karma and during Wintersday, which is the Orphan Run. This is widely considered one of the best Karma farms in-game. So you go near the Crown Pavilion, you'll find the Charity Corps Volunteer. They're selling wrapping paper, and another one's selling cheap items like weapon skins. You buy them both, and then you combine them at the vendor to create wrapped gifts. With these gifts in your inventory, you can travel around the city of Divinity's Reach and give them to the 30 orphans scattered around. Each orphan gives you a base 1500 karma for a gift. But here's the secret. This amount can be massively boosted with the right karma boosters, guild banners, specialty food, utility items, and more. With all the right buffs stacked up, you can get quite a few thousand karma a day just by running this, which honestly, I don't think it takes any longer than like 5-10 minutes once you know the route. Once you feel a little bit more comfortable with the Wintersday events, there are a few other things to check out. The first is a mount race, which takes you all throughout the snow-filled streets of Divinity's Reach, so that's pretty fun. You can rent a Raptor for cheap if you don't have a mount yourself. For level 80 players, this is one of my favorites, which is a 10-player strike mission called the Secret Lair of the Snowman. You can find this portal on the southwest side of the Crown Pavilion. While it does require level 80, it is considered very forgiving. It's very easy. It's very easy. You don't really have to know what you're doing. You can easily find a public squad for it using the Looking for Group tool. And the mechanics are straightforward, and it's a great way to get a quick daily gift, as well as sometimes unique weapons that drop. So of course, with all these activities, like what's the prize? Aside from the Karma and the Wintersday gifts, it's a fantastic time to collect a bunch of unique cosmetic items. Many activities contribute to collections that unlock special skins. For the biggest one in my mind, which is the most sought after, is the Wintersday Presents collection, which rewards you with a shoulder skin that makes it look like it's gently snowing around your character, which is honestly really cool. Of course, you'll also find recipes for food, weapon skins, miniatures, all the normal things that you'll see at festivals. And one that you should be paying attention to is that you should be able to start the Gronk, Munch, and For the Children achievements. This questline rewards you with a Wintersday tree at your home instance, and it gives you a gift every single day of the year. And also, For the Children achievement gives you the Star of Gratitude, which allows you to convert some of your Imperial fragments every day in exchange for gifts. Yeah, so that's about it for Wintersday. It's a lot of fun. It's really chill, no pun intended. And there's a ton of different content and achievements to do. Honestly, it's a lot of fun. It's winter, it's Christmas, so it kind of all works. If this video helped you out, make sure to like it and then subscribe to the channel for more Guild Wars and Guild Wars 2 content. If you are just new to level 80 and you're still a little bit lost, you can click this video here to see what I would recommend once you reach max level. As always, stay caffeinated, folks.